Don Henley says the Eagles are not getting back together with Glenn Frey's son. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music. This could be the final word. Don Henley says the Eagles died when Glenn Frey did, adding, I don't think we could go out and play without the guy who started the band. With all the controversy surrounding the fact that the last 4 members of the Eagles, Don Henley, Glenn Frey, Joe Walsh, and Timothy B. Schmidt, would receive the Kennedy Honors on Sunday night, Don Henley wanted to be direct and straight to the point. Henley says a reunion would just seem like greed or something, a little desperate. Bernie Leadon, who left the band in 1975 but played with them in their last tour, had a really nice memory of Glenn Frey. It was July 29, 2015 in Louisiana, just before the final encore. He gave me a big hug and thanks for participating. And then he says, it's really awesome to have you back out there. This is not the end. Well, we never know when the end is, and that's probably a good thing. Interestingly, Glenn Frey told his old buddy, Bod Seger, who he had played with before the Eagles, actually Bod Seger gave him one of his first big breaks, that the Eagles might go out there and play more shows and play Hotel California in its entirety in the future. A little while ago, Henley was speaking off the cuff that maybe the Eagles could reunite with Glenn Frey's son, Deacon. But would that have watered down the Eagles? Deacon's a talented guy, but he's not one of the Eagles. And it's kind of like saying, what would have happened to the legacy of the Beatles if they would have gotten back together in the 70s? We all heard the music the individual members did in the 70s, and some of it was great. But would it have tarnished what the Beatles have done? Would this have tarnished what the Eagles have done if they got back together, let's say, with Deacon? And another thing, it was always a long shot for this to happen. Randy Meisner, who left after the Hotel California tour in '77, can't really physically and mentally do a tour anymore. He's got a lot of problems he's dealing with. It looks like that was the end for Bernie Leadon playing with the Eagles on their last tour. And Henley and Don Felder will probably not talk to each other again. It seems like they kind of hate each other. And as for the relationship between Don Henley and Glenn Frey, J.D. Souther, who's known as kind of almost an extended member of the family of the Eagles, just like Jackson Browne, says, quite frankly, the one thing we don't hear often enough is I think they really missed each other's company. And this thing they knew they could probably do better than anybody else. But Browne says, I think they figured out how to come back together and work, but I don't think they ever quite achieved the same kind of bond they had when they were young. Frey died on January 18th of this year from complications brought on by battling rheumatoid arthritis and colitis. He was 67. The 39th Kennedy City Honors Ceremony will be on Sunday, December 4th, 7 p.m., and will be broadcast December 29th at 9 p.m. on CBS. Make sure you comment on our videos and subscribe to our channel. We'll also check out your videos and share our videos. We'd appreciate that. Comment. We like that too. I'm John Bowden from Rock History Music.